Education is the ability to listen to almost anything without losing your temper or your self-confidence. A liberal is a man too broad-minded to take his own side in a quarrel. Poetry is when an emotion has found its thought and the thought has found words. By working faithfully 8 hours a day, you may eventually get to be boss and work 12 hours a day. Home is the place where, when you have to go there, they have to take you in. The brain is a wonderful organ. It starts working the moment you get up in the morning and does not stop until you get into the office. Love is an irresistible desire to be irresistibly desired. The best way out is always through. The only way round is through. Freedom lies in being bold. A mother takes 20 years to make a man of her boy, and another woman makes a fool of him in 20 minutes. The middle of the road is where the white line is, and that's the worst place to drive. Happiness makes up in height for what it lacks in length. Forgive, O Lord, my little jokes on thee, and I'll forgive thy great big joke on me. Half the world is composed of people who have something to say and can't, and the other half who have nothing to say and keep on saying it. I never dared to be radical when young for fear it would make me conservative when old. Forgive me my nonsense, as I also forgive the nonsense of those that think they talk sense. We dance round in a ring and suppose, but the secret sits in the middle and knows. I have never started a poem yet whose end I knew. Writing a poem is discovering. A diplomat is a man who always remembers a woman's birthday but never remembers her age. The world is full of willing people, some willing to work, the rest willing to let them. The figure a poem makes. It begins in delight and ends in wisdom, in a clarification of life, not necessarily a great clarification, such as sects and cults are founded on, but in a momentary stay against confusion. There are two kinds of teachers, the kind that fill you with so much quail shot that you can't move, and the kind that just gives you a little prod behind and you jump to the skies. And were an epitaph to be my story, I'd have a short one ready for my own. I would have written of me on my stone, I had a lover's quarrel with the world. No tears in the writer, no tears in the reader. No surprise in the writer, no surprise in the reader. A poem begins as a lump in the throat, a sense of wrong, a homesickness, a lovesickness. A poem begins in delight and ends in wisdom. The artist in me cries out for design. A jury consists of 12 persons chosen to decide who has the better lawyer. Poetry is a way of taking life by the throat. It's a funny thing that when a man hasn't anything on earth to worry about, he goes off and gets married. Education is hanging around until you've caught on. A bank is a place where they lend you an umbrella in fair weather and ask for it back when it begins to rain. The reason why worry kills more people than work is that more people worry than work. Poetry is what gets lost in translation. You have freedom when you're easy in your harness. Writing free verse is like playing tennis with the net down. A jury consists of 12 persons chosen to decide who has the better lawyer. Nothing can make injustice just but mercy. What we live by, we die by. Humor is the most engaging cowardice. A person will sometimes devote all his life to the development of one part of his body, the wishbone. I'm not confused, I'm just well mixed.